So today I'm going to put these Milwaukee tools to work to take down a bush that's in my way for a project I'm working on. Now you can see, I thought I'd show you first that I do have that shed pretty much all finished up and starting to move stuff in there. So it's on to the next drainage project to go along with this. Now, a couple of years ago, the town raised the road about 18 inches in our front yard, and our driveway used to go downhill at the end, and all the drain water from the spring and stuff would run down and into a drainage ditch down on the other side of the driveway. Once they raised it, it all started running across our front yard. So in the spring, and whenever we get a real heavy rain, we do get a flooded front yard pretty much, and runs down to the front of the house and right under those shrubs here, and goes around the corner, and it was kind of captured by a high spot in the ground there. This bush is in the way. That's the one we're taking down, and it used to run right down along, right through our air conditioner unit down there and out in the backyard and flood that. So I'm working on a drainage project now to put French drains in and eliminate all of that. And this bush here is about 20 years old, and it was only supposed to go to be 6 feet tall, but it's almost twice that, and it's in the way and time to go. Now, I thought originally I could just take the chainsaw, cut it off at the bottom, and be done with it in a couple of minutes, but turned out this thing is so darn dense. I've never seen anything this dense that I've got to kind of take it apart and work my way into the center there. And you can see all that dust and stuff coming out as I cut it. So definitely, an allergic bush. That's what it looks like. I finally found a spot where it branches off to 3 branches. So I'm just going to keep trimming a little bit around there and just making room so I can get in there with the saw. These little Milwaukee power tools, they really work good. You can see that little thing there can cut well over 1 inch in diameter, no problem. Then I grabbed that little hatchet saw I've got. I think it's an 8-inch saw. And I'm going to take off the top part of this. And that thing really makes jobs like this easy. You don't have to fire up a chainsaw or use a handsaw. I should probably have some safety equipment on, but it's like 90 degrees out, hot and humid right now, and I'm taking a chance. But normally you'd get dressed up well in protective outfit to use a chainsaw. Then I'm decided I'm going to try to cut this stump off using this little hatchet. It's actually bigger around than the blade is long, so that was kind of a mistake. I should have gone and got the bigger saw that I'm going to have to grab anyway next. But I just wanted to show you that this little hatchet saw does cut great. This tree bush, whatever it is, for some reason, is tougher to cut than a dry old ash tree. It's giving the saw kind of a hard time. Maybe the sap in it and stuff, but it's really a dense wood, whatever it is, for a softwood. So I'm slowly but surely going to work my way through this and just get this one piece out. And I have to tell you, these little battery-powered tools are great for, cutting trees and trimming trees and catching up on brush and stuff like that. Really work good. So that's mostly down, and time to take and dump the first load. Nice part about it is the cab is air conditioned, so I get a nice 5-minute ride to cool down and get rid of some of the sweat on my body. So that's enjoyable. And then I grab the top handle M18 saw. Now I used the 8 amp hour battery from the hatchet there, and I should have brought up a 12 amp hour battery. One thing I found about this saw is it's way underpowered when you use the 8 amp battery. You can see that it kind of goes slow, it stalls and everything else. When you use a 12 amp hour battery, no problem, it goes right through everything. I actually fried an 8 amp battery with this saw, I think. It just got like 3 blinking lights on it and wouldn't work anymore. But anyhow, this wood is pretty tough to cut, but it went right through it. So just wanted to show you these little tools are really great to have. And they do a good job. They do cost a lot, but I think they're worth it. Now it's time to get rid of the stump. So I threw the stump grinder on there, and this actually is a fairly slow process. You have to kind of, in order to get these little stumps and stuff, you have to kind of bury it in the dirt, and the teeth on it, the first time you use it, they get extremely dull, and it just cuts slow after that. And you can pretty much see. Took me about a half hour to get rid of the stump, just, multiple small passes, light passes, and it's just, it gets dull quick, so you have to live with it. And I really didn't mind because it's 90 degrees out here, and the air conditioning in the cab has it about 65. So I was kind of enjoying my time with the in the air with the radio blaring, and just enjoying doing this job. So having a cab on the tractor really does make a big difference in the summertime and the wintertime, I'm finding out. So again, you can see. It does cut slow, and you do have to, they say it goes down to 6 inches, but in order to get it down to 6 inches, you have to pretty much lay that, you can see that output thing right there, the output side. You have to lay that pretty much down in the dirt and pretty much bury it along with the quick hitch and everything else. So these things aren't really fast, but they do get rid of the stump. A lot faster than trying to dig them out, making a mess. Even though I don't like this, but that's what I've been doing lately. So it does kind of make a mess, throwing stuff all over. Plus, you can't really see it, but I have a camera in the cab, mounted on a magnetic mount. And I've got a display in the cab, so I can kind of keep an eye of what's going on back here with the stump grinder itself. So I figured I'd just play this for a while and show you just, these things aren't fast, but they do get the job done. And they do require, they dig a lot of dirt, and that tends to dull the teeth very quick. After the first 2 stumps, you're starting to go slower. So there we go, down 6 inches, and that's done. Now I just have to grade this area off in a little while, but first I'm just gonna rake it over so nobody falls in that hole until I get around to doing that and starting to dig for the French drains. So it was just just like an hour job getting rid of that tree, so it wasn't that bad. And now I'm ready to start working on the drains. I just wanted to do an update, show you that I am still keeping busy, and garlic was harvested. It's hanging in the shed now, drying, and also some small onions that I harvested, and the shallots are also in here drying. And golf carts found a new home. You can see it's really easy to get that in and out of there. So right now it's making a good drying shed, and pretty soon I'll be working on this to put my batteries in down here and my new inverter. Yesterday I got lucky in a marketplace. I actually found a bunch of 4-inch perforated tubing for about half the cost of it that it is at Home Depot. So that was a great find. So now I've got 500 feet of tubing to get going with, and just have to get the trencher out. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.